Hello again, everyone. This is MAXWELL McGee, and GDC 2012 is in full effect. Right now, I'm in the Ironclad Games bunker, where we are checking out Sins of a Dark Age for the first time. This game, it's kind of a weird mishmash. It's got a little bit of RTS, it's got a little bit of MOBA, and right now, we are looking at the point of view of the commander. So in Sins of a Dark Age, there are 4 player heroes, like your traditional heroes in any sort of MOBA, and then there's also one sort of overarching commander who gets to direct and channel the hero's wrath across the battlefield. So as you can see, the commander, he's not an individual unit himself. He instead controls what would in any other MOBA game be the creeps. So as you can see here, we've got we've got some cavalrymen, we've got some archers, we got an archmage there. We have a ton of archers right there, spawning and making a giant battle happen right here. And then the rest of the players are in control of the standard type heroes that you see along here. And so it's the job of the commander to harvest resources, collect gold, and assist his champions in any way possible. And he's got a lot of different options for doing that. So if we can we jump back to the base view real quick and take a quick look? So back here at the base, he's got his peons like you would in any traditional RTS, and they're harvesting gold. The gold reserves will eventually run out, so the commander will need to do an expansion later on to down here, could be a possible one. The gold, once it's collected, is automatically distributed to the other 4 champions. So Blair, what type of commander are you playing right now?
I'm currently playing as the Dragon Lord.
So how does the Dragon Lord differ from like another type of commander?
I'll show you. Let's bring in some reinforcements.
That's a pretty clear example right there.
Yeah, so I've basically gone around the map and harvested a ton of our special realm power resource, and once I've got enough of that, I can cast my commander ultimate, which is basically this big behemoth here, and for a short period of time he'll be able to basically annihilate the enemy army, and you can see he's having a good time doing that.
So obviously this is a pretty offensive focused commander, but you're also telling me about a merchant type commander who has a bit more a subtle effect on the battle.
Yeah, he can inject large deposits of gold directly into a hero's bank account, so that that hero can, get that high-powered weapon that he needs to go, kill other heroes, or he can accelerate peon mining rates and that sort of stuff. He's very economic focused.
So let's talk a little bit about how the commanders can direct the flow of battle. You were showing earlier there are basically 3 different types of pings to help communicate to the different players, like attack here or defend in this location.
So if I go down to the mini-map, it's not just your standard generic ping where it's like ping, 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 and everybody's like, well, what do you want me to do there? Do you want me to run there, check it out, pay attention, whatever? So I can say, team, attack here. Defend this expansion, and we should scout what the enemy's doing up there. And it's basically this high-level way of saying, here are the current objectives. Heroes don't have to obey, of course, but as the commander, I've got a good high-level overview of what's happening, and they should trust that I'm making good decisions. And if I'm not, we're probably going to lose, and or they should give me advice. And we really have to cooperate to win as a team.
So let's hop back to the minions real quick. I introduced those earlier, but one of the really important things you can do with those creep-type minions is that you can assign them to the player character champions and have them sort of back up the champions and give them some extra support.
Well, unfortunately, the enemy forces have destroyed all my minions, so I'm just going to give myself some bonus guys.
We'll cheat a little bit and pop a few more in.
Yeah, here we go. So let's pretend I produce these back at home. I'm now assigning them to help Craig out. And you'll notice that he's kind of a tank character. So when I assign these fragile DPS characters to the tank, they'll automatically perform their role tactically as he moves about the map and tries to kill these enemy heroes here. And meanwhile, I'd be back at home producing more of them and then automatically rallying them off to Craig. And then I can click here to build a bunch. You can see I've got 20 of them, but I don't have an archery right now, so I can't click.
Now, does building new units deny gold for the player character champions?
No. The gold is basically in separate pools. So if I'm harvesting back at base here, a bunch of that gold will go into the hero coffers, and a bunch of it will go into the commander coffers. Likewise, when the hero's up here killing other heroes or killing creeps or whatever, he's giving gold to the commander. So it's a you have incentives to help each other out in order to keep the gold coming in.
And then the commander, in addition to directing the creeps, the commander also has his own special abilities that he can use to help out the champions.
Yeah, we gave the example earlier of the dragon coming in from the sky, and that one's currently on cooldown. However, I could also jump in here and cast an AoE heal on whatever happens to be there. And if heroes say how to get away, I could say, here you go. And then there we go. He'd then run faster. Of course, he's not running now.
Of course, he stops to attack right when you do it.
Exactly, but you get the idea. Yeah. And every commander is going to have his own set of unique capabilities.
So will all the game modes follow this one commander and then 4-player character structure?
No, we think that'll be one of the most popular based on our own play tests, but given our experience with Sins of a Solar Empire, we're very much into 5 guys getting together and cooperating to defeat the AI. Now you can do that in the standard cooperative mode, where it's just you against a bunch of bots. But we also have these custom scenarios where you're, say, defending a castle against the enemy forces, and you're going around the map trying to acquire different resources or accomplishing objectives that help you repair the walls or get reinforcements. A lot of our inspiration there comes from the kind of games where you're trying to hold out for as long as possible, and there's these really cool script events that are occurring. So we want to encourage players who normally wouldn't play an online game because they're afraid of getting their butt kicked by other humans. You can join with some of your friends and not have to worry about that, and do more than just kill the AI in a comp stomp.
Or as we're wrapping up, can you remind our viewers when they might be able to get their hands on Sins of a Dark Age?
We'll be able to get it in their hands in terms of a beta this summer, and as for a release, it's not going to be done until it's done.
All right, well, we'll just leave it at that. That, folks, is your look at Sins of a Dark Age. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned to GameSpot.com for more coverage.